we unravel the transformative impact of technology on reshaping the consumer landscape. Our discussion will delve into the innovative ways that direct-to-consumer businesses are flourishing in the digital era. Join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Venkataramana Rao Nott. My God, that is one name indeed. He is the founder and CEO of Vinculum Group. Mr. Venkat Nott is a seasoned entrepreneur with a knack for building global startups and disruptive SaaS products, award-winning leader in retail innovation, aiming to empower 10,000 brands for global online success, sports enthusiast with a diverse international background in engineering and management. A very interesting profile indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together and welcome Mr. Venkat Nott.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's always a pleasure to be back here, being an alumnus of NIT Calicut. It's always a delight to be back in Calicut. If I look at it from a hardcore perspective, my expertise is in talking about SaaS products. So I'll intertwine the SaaS products along with the D2C, because we do service a lot of D2C brands and we are very privy to what's going on. So I'll talk a little bit about that. Just a couple of minutes about myself. I did my engineering from NIT Calicut. It was called REC Calicut in those days in 1991. Worked for two companies. Worked for a startup called Computer Garage. And in 93 to 95 did my B school from IIM Bangalore and had the privilege of starting up various, had a role in many business units of HCL. I was part of HCL, HP, HCL Frontline, opening stores, then had the privilege of opening many offices of HCL in the region. Now, why I'm explaining this is the important aspect is the ability to handle chaos. Okay, so what most brands, when you look at D2C brands, they're young brands, they need to fundamentally know how to handle chaos and be in a position to spot the trends in the market early. Let's having worked for HCL for more than 11 years, I started a company called Vinculum, so which I continue to do, but initially it was a services company which we exited from. We run a SaaS product enabling brands to sell online and to go omni-channel. We've been doing this from 2016. Let me just make sure. Okay. So one thing which we have learned, right, post-COVID, the world has completely been different, and many businesses have actually enjoyed the opportunities presented by COVID. All of us know that many people have went to working from home. Cloud adoption increased many-fold. But the beautiful thing is, everybody has become comfortable shopping online. So, if you observe this lady, even the shoes are beautiful, the glasses are beautiful, she's cool, right? So, but that's not just a picture. I think there is a whole new cohort of customers COVID created in terms of being able to shop online. So that's obviously an opportunity which some people tapped into. As long as technology is easy, people find it easy to shop. Now, channels wise, what one has to understand is whether you shop social or online or offline, it doesn't really matter. It's all different channels. Now, what has become a habit for each of us is we tend to check any product that we want to check it online. So that from a shopping behavior perspective, I would say there is very few people today across the main cities who are and even the tier 2 cities who don't check the products online before they shop. Means, of course, I might do my research online and then go to the retail store, or I might go to the store and not do an impulse purchase, figure out what is available and then come back and do my research online. Whichever way you look at it, you need to catch the attention of the customer by being present on all channels. So which means as a brand, I need ease in terms of being able to be present across channels, whether it's my own website or whether it is online marketplaces. It's absolutely essential that I am present where people are shopping. So the important aspect here again is people are very, very comfortable. Everybody takes their phone out. Everybody is sitting and doing the groundwork and shopping. And you will see more and more engaging, personalized experiences which will come. When some of the brands even do 3D virtual tours, there is augmented reality which is coming up in a big way. So again, beyond the buzzwords, I would say that the shopping behavior has changed. So brands have to be very clear whether you are a well-established brand with a great balance sheet or you are a newbie. You got to figure out a mechanism by which you're present across the channels that people are shopping in. So that, having said that, right, means let's look at the size of the e-commerce industry. Now, some of these numbers do take it with a slight pinch of salt. These are projections. This is what people are expecting, that after US and China, India will be the third biggest market. I would say to some extent it is true. But the way I see it is, whether it is offline or online or social, it is something where you need a strategy where you are present across channels. D2C brands, of course, there are two ways to think about D2C brands. One is completely new brands or established brands who are launching new products. So when you think of these two cohorts, the DNA of thinking online, the DNA of being able to sell online easily, that's what really differentiates a D2C brand from an established brand. Now, what that means if in a context is the ability to, when you see somebody like a Jaiswal in cricket as an opener, he epitomizes the T20 along with the test match ability. So historically the offline sales was more like a test match where you open the store and you hope people come and you do campaigns to bring people to the store. Even today, a lot of my customers say, hey, we are retailers, we have to bring customers to the store. While that's true, it's the baseball days, right? You want to be able to hit the sixes. So which means you should be very comfortable to be able to sell online, very comfortable to be able to sell socially. That means there's a whole bunch of new skills that people can easily pick up. But you have to pick up. There's no question of living in the past. So for example, I'm 50 plus, but I think and I surround myself with people who are in the 20s, simply because that's where you learn. You have to unlearn your skills and relearn. And that's a must for you to survive in the market. Whether you're in tech or whether you're launching a new brand, it's very clear. So when you then look at people are saying that D2C brands will be about 100 billion by 26. I take it again with a little bit of a pinch of salt, but there's a lot of pressure on the D2C brands. Let's make no bones about it. Because profitability wise, there is a challenge and you have to do more on your own website. Marketplaces are great to give you the name, great to give you the mileage, but margins wise, unless you have a 60% plus margin, making significant money on marketplaces is tough. So what I'm not saying is don't be on marketplaces, you must be. And you must be both on the global marketplaces like Amazon, eBay or a Walmart. And you should be on regional marketplaces like a Flipkart, Snapdeal, etc. Of course, you can cherry pick for your category and see where you want to be. And you should be on category specific marketplaces Shopper Stop, for example, is launching a marketplace. Myntra, Nykaa, Tata Click, depending on the category that you're in, you should be present on these marketplaces because it gives you mileage. People shop there. But then don't put all your category there. Put some of your well-known products there so that people recognize the kind of brand that you are and the kind of post-purchase experience that you can give to lure them. But make sure that you understand the skills to get people to your website. That's where you make the most money. Of course, if there are brands which are price warriors who have simply played by marketplaces, I'm not saying that one rule fits everyone. So, however, you should have a clearly thought out strategy there. So, the bigger the brand, the better it is from your own website, from a D2C perspective, very clearly. And same applies for bigger brands, but it is about learning the ropes and making sure the brand is well known and you then bring them back into your own website. So, if you look at each of these categories, right, I look at D2C people as disruptors. So, if there is an Under Armour, there is a Squat Wolf. Squat Wolf is a fantastic brand in Dubai. So, these guys absolutely have taken Under Armour directly head on as a newbie. They're only 4 years old. But as they scale, right, whether it is an Under Armour, whether it's an Atomberg, whether it's a Clovia, whether it's a Soul Store, which is one of the best players in fast fashion in this market in India, you would find that they will start thinking offline, they will open stores, they will be present across social channels. As you look at that, each of these guys will, it's not a pure online brand, okay? So even if you look at a Blue Stone or a Lenskart, you will find that these are all guys who started online, have the DNA online, have put up the people who are online from their thought process and experience, but they have also moved into offline from a business perspective. So that is definitely something which is critical for you to scale, and you must be thinking of a strategy which covers different channels. So if you look at each one of these, the new entrance is really about sleep, sexual health, and also Ayurvedic products. Ayurvedic products, still I don't see too much from a pain perspective, but cosmetics, there's a whole bunch of brands who have come up. But the opportunity here is not just India. If you look at some of the good quality D2C brands, what you ought to be thinking is, how do I go international? Okay. Now, because when you are able to scale up and when you are able to create the base for yourself, then there are similar opportunities for you to scale up into other markets. Okay. So, what it tells you, of course, is it's a fascinating opportunity for anyone working as well. Employees-wise who are well skilled and knowledgeable in the online business from a, let's say, operations perspective, e-com or analytics or digital marketing, there is a whole bunch of opportunities. Performance marketing analytics is a big space as well. So there is a lot of opportunity there. Now from a tech perspective, there is very interesting opportunities from an assortment and planning perspective as well, because most of the products which have been around in the past, think of web store and think of their own stores. They don't understand that a lot of new cohort of customers have come into from a perspective of being able to, if from a marketplace perspective, if I'm doing 30, 40, 50% of my business online through marketplaces, that data in terms of what is selling, what price point it is selling, which products are moving fast, these are not things which are captured in their data analytics. So that basically means that your planning and forecasting is actually going pretty awry. That I would say, including big products like Manhattan, historically the products like I2, which is JDA, all of these also don't do the Omni very well, particularly because marketplace data doesn't exist. So if anyone is a tech entrepreneur here, that's a space which will definitely have opportunity. And it's still, I would say there are white spaces there still. Of course, it's a David versus Goliath story. So how do you counter? So what are the challenges that D2C brands have? One is I don't have the right people, I don't have the right skills, I don't have the money. I have a product idea, and how do I go online? Now, tech people are starting products too, and it is easy to figure out mechanisms, means obviously beyond the scope of this discussion, but to hire people, there are events like this where we have multiple founders and multiple communities coming together. It is important to find a good co-founder who can complement you from a tech perspective. If you're a tech entrepreneur, get somebody with a marketing and finance background. If you're a finance or business person, please do get a good solid tech entrepreneur, tech co-founder. So that's a very, very critical piece. The second thing is, please get a great UI person to make sure that your first step in terms of getting a great website which is easy to use is something which is easily available. Okay, so that should be part of your first 5 hires. A good finance person and a good UI person and a good tech co-founder should be part of your first 5 hires. You get that right, most likely you will get the core groundwork of getting your website great. And something what we do which can help many of the D2C brands, there's a reason why we are very successful. What we do in terms of each of the markets is to create the market in a box. So what that means is, there is whole bunch of tech integrations which you don't need to rebuild. So these are basically, if you look at the first bucket, these are all the web stores. So we for example, talk to every web store platform out there, whether it's a Shopify, whether it is a Magento, etc. Similarly, there are other products in the market which do this. So you should pick up a tool like this early, which helps you to easily integrate to the sales channels. So the first box is the web stores. The second one is the online marketplaces, which I spoke about. Similarly, you should not waste your time rebuilding what is already there. So don't solve things which are solved. It doesn't mean you have to pick us, but I'm just saying that you should pick somebody who has done this, and you should save time and energy, because on a subscription you don't spend a lot of money. You can get this off the shelf. So what it means is, using a product information and a listing tool and an OMS tool, you are ready to sell into any part of the world. Technically, you can create images once, you can create your products once, and you can push it into any part of the world. So some of my customers actually create content in Bangalore and sell on 45 marketplaces without changing anything. So which means the images, attributes, etc. change on the fly, and you're getting onboarded on the marketplaces, you're selling there. So one channel, of course, is the social channels. Get your marketing strategies in place. Get some good agencies initially if you don't have enough skills, and do build that skill because it's core for you. Second is, from a web store perspective, have a good tech entrepreneur. 3 is pick up tools which ease your headache in terms of being able to be present on sales channels. Similarly, all logistics company and aggregators are available off the box. So which means the entire supply network for you in terms of sales and fulfillment is available off the box. So do something like that where you are in a position to utilize technology and be in a position to easily scale up. Means what we do, of course, is to use the integrations and give software to people. But if we go further, what you need to do, there are other tools there which are pre-integrated to platforms like us, where you are in a position to easily identify how much do you need to spend to get your word out, saying that how is your brand, do I need to spend more on Amazon, do I need to spend more on Flipkart, for my category where does it sell. There are tools which give you recommendations, put those in. Again, they're available on SaaS model, so you don't need to build these things. There are you can get competition information, pricing intelligence, you can get price optimization from tools. So what you would be very well served is to get a bunch of these tools to be able to easily integrate and put it in, because these all come pre-integrated. So you don't need to break your head in terms of trying to figure out how does tech solve the problem. So I would say after you get a OMS tool, you should identify a good logistics partner. And again, enablers do this as a full service as well. So means the other thing which you can consider, there are partners of ours who get people into ONDC. So that's something which you should consider depending on the category that you're in. But most categories seem to be coming into ONDC in a big way now. So that's something you should consider. And AI has made sure, see, Gen AI is not a small thing. Of course, there's a lot of noise around it. Now, if you look at each of these images, it took me 10 minutes to create it. I knew what I wanted. I just went into a tool called Midjourney. I pulled out what I wanted and put it together to stitch a story. Okay, this used to take me 4-5 hours to do. Today, it takes me 10 minutes to do. So, which means if you know what to do and how to do, you can be hyper productive in terms of getting things done. Okay, so you can be as creative as you want. But what it means is it makes you very intelligent. Okay, and AI as a space is much bigger than when Google came into the picture. So this is not going away. Okay, so get comfortable with it. In fact, if you understand how to use the prompts, the content can be beautiful. You can write like a PG Wodehouse if you want. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to do. But it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. Your English communication can be bad, but you can be better than me. You can be better than anybody. And you can self-learn many things very easily here. So AI actually is a cutting-edge offering in terms of making sure that you're in a position to utilize and upskill yourself and the team. So please do use it and understand the power of AI. People are, again, from a delivery perspective, business models wise, B2B2C is also something which is a very clear trend. So what it means is you are going to, see, look, people are getting used to 4-hour, 2-hour deliveries. So if somebody is going to say wait for 4-5 days, it's not going to work. Okay, so you must think of tying up either directly or with partners to be able to get a pan-India presence from a fulfillment perspective and put your fast-moving goods into places from where products can be delivered within 2 to 4 hours or the same day. So that's what you should be targeting. So as the phase 1, you may not really require it, but as you scale, phase 2, you definitely will be thinking of B2B2C, and phase 3, you will be thinking of offline. So that's typically the journey of most D2C brands. So please do keep these in mind when you devise a go-to-market. You do that, you're going to see success, okay? But from a funding perspective, profitability and growth parameters have got more stringent, which means you have to invest early in terms of being clear about your digital strategy in terms of campaigns. Don't think that you can build a product and you wait and business will come. So you got to take the bullet early. So that's broadly what I had to cover. Thank you guys. Thanks
Yes.
for having me here.